Host from the hit Showtime drama Californication. Please give it up for the lovely Miss Eva Murray.
Hello. It's so nice to be here with you.
And now,
My turn.
let's welcome our 5-time returning champion host, the lightly bearded brawler, the shaved head heartthrob, the Portuguese strangler, Mr. Kevin Barrera.
Fine. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So
welcome to my show.
Yeah, thanks. Clearly your show. So that's how you welcome your guest hosts, like, first.
No.
A little applause.
That was rude of me. I'm sorry. You are the guest.
A little bit. It's a big day for me. I don't know.
Well, here you go. You're gonna have a little something for coming on the show. Thanks over there. I know it's not autographed, but I'll get that for you later. We'll sign it up. I'll personalize it or
cool.
Attack of the show. Attack.
Did you put it in your trunk or
We'll just leave it, and I'll just take it.
Okay, yeah. If you forget, I'll remind you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Everybody, this is Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. I'm Kevin Pereira. Miss Olivia Munn is out today, but helping me land the plane today, Eva Murray.
Coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You guys, on the show today, a break dancer breaks his cat. Ooh. Really? But is it real? We'll find out what we think of the video that's everywhere today and around the net. Plus, Dr. Adam Sessler and I will tell you why you're going to play the hell out of Borderlands and Game Break. It's probably the co-op shooter you've been waiting for, assuming you've been waiting for a co-op shooter.
Then, Chris Hardwick will be here in Gadget Prawn to rate Nikon's fancy new DSLR. It's got 10.2 megapixels and shoots 3 frames a second. Find out how Chris rates it. And UFC veteran Nate Corey is a badass, dead or alive. He'll tell us about what it was like playing a zombie in the new Left 4 Dead sequel. Time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
There's a place I'd like to take you if that's cool. It's
I'd love to go. Let's go.
Let's go around the net. Let's do this. Let's get into this. I am winded from that intro. I'm like, man, I'm old. All right, let's start things off with a clip that's been playing in my mind, and I'm not going to lie, it's been on repeat on my TiVo, my computer, my iPhone, pretty much anything that's capable of presenting an image.
Yeah.
I have been watching this on it for like the last 10 days.
Wow, must be good. We can't show any more of that. We can't show any more of that.
What? I disagree. I think it's worth going to jail for. Let's roll it again.
No. It's all right. Listen, if you like that clip from Showtime.com, just subscribe to the channel. There's much more of me and David Duchovny in Californication.
David, the X-Files dude?
Yeah.
He was in that clip?
Yes, he was.
Can we roll it again? Because I don't know if I could.
No. We're not going to roll it again.
Okay, all right.
Now we're going to move on.
All right, let's
Pivot
do that.
number 4. We have a terrible tumble from Breakdot.com.
Yeah, but well, most falls, they tend to end with someone leaving in an ambulance. This guy actually leaves to a round of applause. watch a hell of a lot more gymnastics.
Yeah.
If most tumbling routines ended like that. That was, I'm not sure how that happened. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Oh, you know,
that's so
I think,
weird.
No, I think I know how that happened. I think somebody edited that on to the end of the clip.
What?
Someone probably on this show. I think, maybe.
Since when is Jesus on staff? Because thank God that clip ended that way. Our Lord and Savior is a brilliant editor. All right, I'm sorry. We won't show that anymore. We'll move on.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
We'll get it going. Today's number 3 item shows us the raw, dominating power of a defunct American car company, Oldsmobile.
These old American autos may not have been able to drive without breaking down or get more than 3 miles per gallon.
But they could sure jump over hills for no damn reason. Like, that was, you'll see.
Yeah. Kevin, what are you doing?
I don't even know. I don't even know which way to hold it. Oh! I'm texting. I'm tweeting with my chicken socks. Checking the market is up. Hello.
I think you were watching that video again, weren't you?
I'm going to put my phone away.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go ahead and put it away.
Nice. Thank you.
Sorry.
Focus. We need to focus.
All right, look, we're obviously having fun with the clip, but you blew up to say to say the least, actually, last week on Californication.
Yes.
Character's doing great, but you've got to be getting a bunch of questionable emails and Twitters and everything.
It's gotten a little interesting.
What are you getting?
Well, I mean, it's interesting on Twitter. People seem to think it's appropriate or viable to ask to go out with me via Twitter. And I always think, God, does this usually work for you? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know about the whole Twitter, 140 characters or less, a little inappropriate.
Well, yeah, is it OMG and then parentheses and then a period for the nipple and then another one? Or,
Lots of boobs going on.
Is it really?
Boob action.
Are you replying to them?
I love your and you're like, oh, that's charming, but I don't know.
Well, since you put it that way, Captain Class, yes. Meet me at Marie's. It's the calendars. Well, we will stop being inappropriate because we are very glad to have you here. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Let's get today's number 2 because this is it's everywhere on the internet today. Everybody's talking about this clip.
And if you think cat injuries are as entertaining as we do, it's easy to see why.
Don't get too excited.
Wondering why we're really not that concerned for the cat's well-being, it's not because we don't care about animals.
No, I mean, we don't. But it's because we know that this video is fake. I mean, not only are the chances of this cat landing squarely on the camera about, I don't know, impossible, but if you watch the clip again, and this is sad, it breaks my heart, because I want to believe in this magic. I want to believe it's real. You'll note that the cat casts no shadow when it enters the sunlight. Hello, Twilight Kitten. You care to do the honors, Eva?
Brand it!
Boom! Shenanigans.
I love that effect.
You got it.
It's awesome.
That was a
true
guest
honor.
brand.
Ooh, I feel magic.
Well played. We can roll it again later if you want.
Oh, yeah, I'd love
we'll
that.
We'll rebrand it.
Twice in one day. Oof.
It's a new record. Not really, I would have settled for one. Today's number 1 item is another very special edition of Women on Wheels.
This is a security camera footage from somewhere in Europe where someone is trying their best to park a car. We think. How do we know exactly that was a lady driver?
Were you watching the same video that I was? Did you I don't know if you missed the part where the car kept crashing into things all over the place,
right.
but that is clearly evidence of a female behind the wheels.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that?
What is that?
That's a treat. What a surprise! guys, this is your mom. I mean,
Oh.
this is your mom, Susan Sarandon. I gave her a special hotline to the studio because she kept texting me.
She calls you a lot?
All the time. I'm saying, real quick a minute. Play it again. Let's get the ring again. I gave your mom her own hotline. This is Susan Sarandon's line. Let me just pick that up real quick. Let me just... Susie, what's up, baby doll? How are you? Yeah.
What are you doing?
Could you just thanks. Hey, yeah, no, she's right here. Yeah, she's here. Yep. No, she's doing great, real good. Adorable. Yep. Oh, she wants to talk to you. Yeah, just one second. Let me get
she does.
Get up on the phone.
Interesting.
Yeah. Your mom wants to talk to you. It says Susan Sarandon, your mom.
Right.
So, it's a phone line.
Great.
For on.
Hello?
Hello, darling. Hello. You enjoying Attack of the Show? It's probably my favorite show on television.
Yeah, I'm having a great time,
It's the reason we got 3 TiVos.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I remember that. You just,
I gotta tell you, you have great chemistry with that Kevin fellow. He's just a pound and a half of sexy, isn't he?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You having a good time with him, yeah?
I'm having a great time.
You know, Eva, I heard he has a great hot tub at his house in the valley. And a fire pit in his patio.
That is fantastic,
You
Mom.
should probably go over to his house after the show.
He's
the spa,
great,
the fire pit.
Yeah, I don't think that's really going to happen, honestly. Not today, anyway, but that's a nice thought, Mom.
What if you can take you to a nice steak dinner?
Yeah. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I really think you should go out to dinner with him.
Yeah.
You should really date him. At least for tonight. Try it out. Twitter about it. Have some fun. Get
Yeah,
down.
I'm going to say no, but thanks for calling, Mom. That was really sweet of you.
Put him back on the phone. I'm done with you.
Oh, right. I'll put him back on the phone. I will. Here you go.
Susan.
Ooh, that was harsh.
Susan. You killed your mother with that conversation. Susan? Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll tell her. Thanks. Mom said she's very disappointed in me. You should probably call her back.
I will at some point, and I'd love to speak to her at this time.
To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to the all-new G4TV.com/AroundTheNet. Still ahead, everybody. Adam Sessler joins us for a game break.
What is Borderlands, and why will you be playing it excessively? Find out in just a moment.
It's a game. It's really fun.
Oh.
What did you and your mom talk about? Listen, I've been taking my home work with me the last few days. Did I say that right? I've been taking my home work with me? Let's try that again. Been taking my work home with me the last few days. And that's why I've been shooting up my living room. It's time to talk Borderlands and Game Break. Did I? I'm medicated. Adam Sessler, everybody! How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I've been taking my home play with me today.
Well, because I'm always confused with the work and the play and then the home, because like when you play a video game for a living, which you do often,
Yes.
what a damn treat that is. Like I was
If the game's good.
If it's good, which
Yes.
I think thankfully we're talking about a good
Yes,
game
we are
today.
talking about a good game.
We're talking about Borderlands, which is a game that I think at least Caps Lock Flaming Forum fanboys wrote off, I think, online. A lot of people were against this game for whatever reason. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's one of those remarkable games where you can see the flaws, and there are quite a few there. That does not get in the way of just the things that work so well in this game. And you're looking at it right there, shooting people.
Right? Yeah,
it's like shooting
and you
crazy
get to do
things.
plenty of it. And I mean, I describe it as a mix of like it's like Call of Duty meets Diablo.
Yeah, I think that's
valid?
the best. I mean, with a little bit of World of Warcraft thrown in there, because you have, I think, grind elements that are a little bit closer to World of Warcraft, and that they're very satisfying. And you have this sense of like you're slowly upgrading your character like in Diablo 2, and of course you have guns and it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, and I love that. Like we described it as a mix of 3 amazing titles that people love, instead of going like, oh, it's an ounce of Tetris meets Bejeweled with some Mario Kart. Like these are 3 very solid.
Game sounds bad.
It sounds awesome. Are you kidding me? Someone will make it, and it'll be on the PSP Go. Not that that's a bad platform. You do have 4 classes to choose from, which is cool.
Yeah, so you have a soldier, which is probably the most familiar. You know, it's a lot of guns, and each character has their special abilities. This one is you have a turret, but you also have the siren who can turn invisible, sneak into the battle, and bump someone down on the head. And you have the berserker who has some degree of invincibility and is more of the explosive heavy weaponry type. And then there's the hunter who has a pet and is very good with the sniper.
Yeah, and it's again distinct classes with distinct abilities, and in skill trees that really they really get. It's a pretty in-depth RPG in that you can upgrade your skills a certain way to play your character.
And I think though that this is one where I think for the purposes of it being a shooter, it's got exactly the kind of skill tree. But those who are thinking something even closer to Diablo 2, it is a little more limited. A lot of those skills tend to be more on the passive side, so you don't always get that awesome thing that you can see immediately affecting the world around you.
One thing you do see immediately, though, are the weapons.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about. This is gun porn at its finest. There are hundreds of thousands of weapons.
Yeah. And they're different.
They're different, yeah. I was playing with guys who had already beat the game. They were working on their second, third characters. I was a level 6, which is just an hour or 2 of gameplay. I shot a shotgun, and they all went, "What the hell was that?" In my ear.
I haven't seen that shotgun before.
Wait, you've been playing this game for like 60 hours, and you still haven't seen something that I picked up in the first few hours. Yeah.
You know, like, look at Mass Effect, where they are also promising a lot of weapons. And while there were differences in the weapons, you never really felt that difference in playing the game, except for maybe, okay, I dropped that guy a little bit quicker.
Right.
Here, just the accuracy of these weapons can be felt. That it might be a more powerful weapon, but having a harder time, you know, just getting a beat on someone's head, whereas I have a less powerful weapon, and I'm just pulling headshot after headshot.
Of course. It's all about the co-op as well, the experience.
That's
true. 4 players, drop in, drop out anytime. The vehicles, not a fan of that.
That's another one of its drawbacks. And the problem is, you really need them because there's a lot of nothing in between certain points. I think if it was better populated, I don't want a smaller game, but a little bit more things. You see a lot of, you know, really predictable small points that are happening between, you know, point A and point B.
Right, right. What about the loot, though, finally? I mean, that's always a big thing in these games. You kill an enemy, thousands of shiny things drop out. Gamers go, ooh, and then run and grab
I mean, it's really money and the weapons and the ammo, but you need all of that so quickly, and there's so many weapons. It's fun to be able to say, okay, I've loved you, but I'm dropping you on the ground and picking up this new, shinier weapon.
Right. I was very surprised by this game. I've been putting hours into it. My friends seem to love it. XPlay gave it a 4 out of 5. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's because of mainly those flaws. Also, the story, not really there. And it's kind of too bad because this world is so visually fascinating.
Absolutely.
I kind of wanted to get deeper and deeper into it.
You find yourself just grabbing missions and not really even reading what they're about. You're like, okay, I'll queue those up. I'll go to the shiny diamond on the waypoint, and we're going to call it a day, right?
But at the same time, what it does, he does so well that, you know, I really can't fault it too heavily.
Borderlands, there you have it. Adam, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
See you online.
4 out of 5. Yeah, absolutely. It's already out for the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and it releases for the PC next week. It's really, really amazing. So let's go over to Eva.
Thank you, Kevin. Still ahead, we have a camera that's not going to rate itself. So Chris Hardwick is here to review Nikon's newest DSLR. It has a gazillion megapixels. Plus, UFC veteran Nate Barry will be live in studio to talk about playing dead in a new zombie shooter. And then later, we've got horrible self-inflicted injuries and break moments of the evolution. Brace yourself for the epic shopping cart faceplant. Just watching it will make your grill hurt.
Oh, weren't expecting to see me, huh? Sorry. It's Wednesday, October 21st, and here are your top stories. iTunes is getting a little more competition. Or maybe some competition for the first time ever. Today, TechCrunch broke the story that search engine giant Google will be launching a music service with partners Lala and iLike. I said music service, not dating service. Lala, iLike, makes sense. The service being referred to as OneBox will integrate music links into search results, offering users a thumbnail image of the searched artist, along with a small bio and a listing of available tracks. Now, it's still unclear whether Google will offer content that's streaming, downloadable, or potentially both, but expect to find out soon as Google is making an official announcement on Wednesday of next week. Bad news, Harry Potter fans. There's more. Twilight isn't the only thing gaining more popularity than your beloved franchise. Amazon UK has said that the new Microsoft operating system has become the best-selling pre-order of all time, surpassing Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the previous record holder. Now, no numbers have been released, but the new OS has already shamed Windows Vista by selling more copies within its first 8 hours than the old OS did through its entire pre-order period. Of course, you know, if you ever use Windows Vista, you get it. It's just garbage. All right, gamers, you have just been challenged, and so have I. Sorry, dude, I know I'm going to say your name wrong. Chirintan Patniak a 26-year-old from India, recently broke the previously held U.S. record for the longest continuous gameplay session. He shattered the old record of a mere 28 hours and 1 minute by playing GTA 4 for a staggering 40 hours and 20 minutes. Now, the feat was verified by Guinness World Records, and now we're calling on you, USA. Bring it stateside. Stock up on the Hot Pockets and the Code Red, but remember, don't die. You will not respawn. South Korea taught us that. I'm Blair Herter, and you have just been fed. Now back to Kevin. Too soon with the South Korea joke?
Huh?
Too soon with the kid in South Korea?
No, you're fine. You're totally fine.
Cool.
Was he a gold farmer? Okay. Hey!
Hey, now I'm here.
Hey!
White guys on parade!
Yeah.
Herter! Sessler! Hardwick!
Come on in here, Blair. Come on in here. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Diversity Network.
Yeah, no, this is not a polar ice cap.
Today, we're going to talk about cardigans.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Ranch Dressing TV!
It's time to rate some gadgets.
Yeehaw!
Let's do it.
If I could just get serious for a second, with every new generation of the camera, the technology used to record precious memories or even take a picture of your wiener has improved.
Chris, I've never heard you so serious. I've never heard this side of you.
Let's touch while we go to that cool opening.
Okay.
Face it, Couchies, watching TV does not count as a hobby, which is why Nikon wants you to do something creative instead, like use their D3000. This entry-level DSLR has a 10.2 megapixel sensor and 11-point autofocus to take amazing pictures, while the guide mode will help you take your first steps into amateur photography. It even continuously shoots at up to 3 frames a second, so get both the body and lens for $550.
Look at this little guy. This is a little brother to the Nikon D5000 we reviewed a few months ago, actually. Weighs about a pound, smaller than most DSLRs that we see. Still not as small as like the Micro Four Thirds cameras, but I mean, you're not getting a DSLR to slip into your pocket to take to the club.
No,
like,
no, I see want to point and shoot for that, are you?
Yeah. but for a camera of this type, it's not that bad. It's not that bulky.
No, it's not at all. The design is awesome. It fits really snugly in your hand. It's light, like you said, totally easy to hold. Sturdy design.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't beat it against the ground, but other than that, it feels like it's not going to fall apart in your hand, which is nice.
And it's made for the entry-level hobbyist. So
That's right.
With that in mind, is it as easy to use as it should be?
It definitely is, Kevin Prayer. This is a perfect example of something that I call advanced easy, which is if you know something about cameras, it's very easy, you know. But it also will help you. The menu system tells you exactly what settings you're changing and explains exactly what they do, which is real nice. If you don't read English, then maybe you don't get this camera, but there it is right there.
Right.
There's also a guide mode that helps you through the manual modes like shutter and aperture priority. Those are nerdy camera terms. This is the first DSLR that we've seen that makes it both practical and simple to try out softening backgrounds or freezing motion like a wizard.
Whoa.
And it really helps you start to understand how a camera works and really helps you trap someone's soul.
But that's nice. That's nice. Obviously, the main reason to step up to a DSLR, of course, is the image quality. So
Yes.
is this one delivered?
It really does. Normal light looks good with very little grain. Colors are accurate. That's my side yard right there.
Oh.
Getting a little arty. Details
You
are
own all
sharp.
those hills, too,
Yep,
which is
I own
very
the
nice.
hills. There you might see a little blur if you're moving around. There's a moth that was on the side of my house. I own him now. Low light pictures also look good. And
What
the
is this,
flash
back
underexposed-
table?
Oh, look, there's me. That's my nerd flute. That's the melodica right
You didn't even
there.
know the camera was
I
snapping
was
that
just
photo.
standing
You were
in
just
front of a
casual.
wall, just
Yeah.
thinking about a thing. There
love
I
that.
am. It's Preble. That's my dog
Hey.
Scott right there. You can see his whiskers.
You can even see the peanut butter dangling from his lower lip.
That's right.
What? He likes snacks.
Skippy!
You were teaching him how to roll over.
Skippy! Yeah, exactly. You have to reward the dog. Every
have
time
to.
he licks your junk, you got to give him a reward.
Items around the house, the junk, the car keys,
Yeah, exactly.
the pagers.
Junk, if your penis is in a trunk. Overall,
Very
we're
impressed.
very, very impressed with this camera.
$550. That's not
bad.
bad for a camera this class, including the lens, which
That's
is always
right.
nice. Is it worth it?
And that's, by the way, a lot of times they'll go, oh, that camera's not that much. Oh, wait, I got to buy the lens, too.
Right.
No, $550 for the whole package. Nikon has made a camera that is very accessible for anyone to try their hand at amateur photography, and I totally thought it was great. It's got a great interface, good image quality, affordable price. 4.5 out of 5, Kevin.
Light 'em up.
That is... That is crazy.
You have to get violent now.
No, I'm
Surprisingly,
violent.
love it.
I'm violent with excitement.
Kick over the video wall.
I'm going to go
You can
punch a
afford it.
thing.
That's it for today's Gadget Prawn. But if you have a gadget you'd like to see us rate, email us at gadgetprawn@g4tv.com. But let's abruptly change subjects Want to talk about ninjas?
Yeah, I do. I love ninjas.
Were you that parched? That run made you that thirsty?
Yeah, boy, I'm out of shape.
Oh, that Kirkland
I need
signature.
some electrolytes.
We got it. It's what plants crave.
Yeah.
Sure. G4 is actually testing the country's best athletes in the new American Ninja Warrior.
That's right. We actually put hundreds of ninja hopefuls through a series of grueling eliminations until only 10 of them remained.
And then we sent those 10 to Japan because we have a travel budget.
We
believe
do?
it or not. Yeah.
See who has what it takes to be the first American Ninja Warrior.
You guys check out the all-new G4TV.com/American Ninja Warrior for a closer look at Team USA. USA! It's fine. At this point, no pity, champ. Let's check it with Eva.
Snap.
Hello, it is time to look at some products that we can't believe anyone made in Attack This. Universal remotes have long solved the issue of having too many controllers for all your crap. But don't you wish you could just use a Magic Wand instead? Now you can with the Chimera Magic Wand Universal Remote. Want to change the channel? Just give it a flick of the wrist. Need to adjust the volume, rotate it to one side. Unfortunately, its magic is limited to these basic functions, so you won't be able to throw away all your remotes for this buttonless stick. But who cares? It's a Magic Wand! Rock it like Potter for $83. But if a Magic Wand that controls your electronics is too normal for you, then how about a company that turns you into a doll? While there's no magic involved with this one, the Be a Doll company will fulfill your dreams of becoming a creepy-looking action figure, or at least modeling one after you. Yes, you too can look like a deformed Matt Damon marionette by sending in a picture of yourself and coughing up about $180. Not convinced? Just look at their Michael Jackson doll. If you're looking for a bona fide way to haunt people after you die, this will probably do the trick. Or if you're more of the undead type and you've got some extra blood lying around, check out the Blood Lamp. Perfect for the environmentally friendly vampire. This little bottle of potion glows bright blue with one simple step. Just add blood. Yep, this is for real, but the special mixture of liquids only works once, so don't expect to be powering your house on the blood of innocence. Your living house guests will probably get a bit uneasy at the sight of this piece of decorative lighting, but don't mind them. They'll understand soon enough. And finally, have you checked your computer for a tumor lately? If not, don't worry, a tumor could be a good thing for your PC. What the hell am I talking about? This, the PC Tumor. You won't need to massage your fingers in a circular motion to find this one. This all too realistic piece of prosthetic flesh and veins literally sits outside your computer. Using motors and pneumatic actuators, it shows how hard your PC is working by growing and pulsating. Designer Mio Izawa hasn't announced plans to make it available to you and me, but I think we'll do just fine without it. Head on over to the all-new G4TV.com/AOTS for info on all of these new releases and more. Stay tuned. UFC veteran Nate Quarry will be being a zombie and being left for dead. I'll shoot him in the head if he starts to get bitey. Stick around.
The feed is brought to you by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What's up? We're here at Buffalo Wild Wings for two reasons. We love the hot wings, and we absolutely hate ourselves.
Well, what Blair means by that is we are about to take on the Blazing Wings Challenge. We're about to eat wings that are so hot, you have to sign a waiver before you eat them.
That's a true story, Allison. Now, on paper, it seems really simple, right? 12 wings, 6 minutes. A child could do that.
Yeah, but here's the catch. You get no water, you get no dressing, you can only eat the meat on the bone, and you cannot puke. If you win, you get to go on the Buffalo Wild Wings Wall of Fame.
All right, here they are, Satan's children. These things are a combination of jalapeno, habanero, peppers, and my girlfriend's tears, all the X's anyway. These things are going to make our mouths burn, our eyes are going to water, we're going to start sweating.
Okay, let's just start it before I think about it anymore. You guys stay tuned. After the break, you'll see what happens.
It's the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing Wings Challenge. 12 wings, 6 minutes. Are you ready?
Pray for us. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right,
It's not so bad except when it's really bad.
I expected the pain to start when you actually swallow. It's on your face, man.
I can't feel my lip.
I actually think she should have to eat the final four, don't you guys? Here we go. Oh, that was amazing. Just because she didn't win doesn't mean she's not going to finish. All right, we'll admit that we thought this was going to be hard, but we did not know it was going to be this hard.
It was hard.
Unbelievably so. So if you think that you're man enough
Or woman.
or woman enough to come on down and take on the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing Wings Challenge, well, do so.
We dare you.
Question for you. Yeah, hot wings. Question for you kids at home. How do you make a UFC fighter even more dangerous? Answer, you kill him, you bring him back as a friggin' zombie.
See me in hell. Why don't that surprise me? No. Someday I'll be back this way. Your sister wanna have some
Joining me now, Nate The Rock Quarry is here. Hello. How are you, sir?
I'm very good.
Good to see you.
Dude, that was awesome. Zombie Nate is in the house.
Zombie Nate is incredible, dude. Like that.
That's my first time seeing it.
Your first time seeing it, and you're like, that zombie that's too thin. And you were,
He
I
was
saw
a
you
little
flexing and
scrawny. He
sizing
was a
up.
little scrawny.
But you can't have zombies look like they're, like taking creatine. You
Well,
can't
most of
have
your
like ripped zombies.
Most of your calories come from brains. That's not a lot of protein.
Yeah, no, that's not good. Not a good source of protein there at all. You might have the manliest name of any guest. That's Nate The Rock Quarry.
Well, I'm not the
Did you
Rock.
give yourself that? Like, no, I'm sorry, Nate.
I'm not
Rock.
The Rock. I'm just Rock. You know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I met him. I said, man, I will never usurp your name.
Right.
You're The Rock. I'm just
you're
A Rock.
And did you give yourself that?
It kind of flowed. You know, I'm the smartest guy at the gym. They started calling me Rock.
So that's where it is in the scale of intelligence.
Yeah, it's down here.
Yeah, you're smart, dude. You're like a rock. But I like that. I like that. You could be like, because like, what about like Nate Diesel Truck Nuts? You know, like something like equally as masculine.
Yeah, but it's got to flow. It's got to come off the tongue.
That's true. Yeah, you don't want truck nuts off the tongue. That's true.
Sorry, too many syllables.
Well, I'm glad to have you here.
Two syllables is too many.
Way too many. I'm a big fan of your work, to say the least. And now you're a friggin' zombie and one of the best zombie shooters ever.
I've made it. I've made it, Mom.
Right, I've made it. What's the journey there? How exactly do you make it into Left 4 Dead 2?
You know, I just was introduced to one of the owners, Ken Birdwell, of Valve Software. I went up, hung out with him. He loved my fighting style. And it came up that I loved Left 4 Dead. They shot me, put me in the game. It's just incredible.
Were you, and so you guys became friends. It's not like you had somebody in a rear naked choke, and then instead of tapping out, they said, okay, we'll put you in the game.
You know, I will do whatever it takes to get my way.
Good, and you're in it.
Yeah.
So what, they took photos of you, or what
so
they
we'll
do?
talk later about Olivia doing the next interview.
Absolutely. I would tap out right now if I could for you. We could get Eva in here if you want. We can.
All right.
No, we're good. We're good. So here you are inside the computer program. What they just snapped. What do you walk me through this? This looks method. What are you thinking right now? What are you channeling?
They were giving me, we want you to look like this, we want you to look like that. That's generally my look, the kind of dazed and confused. Some of them, the constipated look you saw in a few of those.
Look
enchilada
lost.
night.
Now look like you just had a lunch truck burrito.
Exactly.
We have to get that again. There it is.
Enchiladas.
That's the fiery exit we call it around here. Are you a fan of zombies in the game? Like, or are you a fan of Left 4 Dead in general?
I've been playing Left 4 Dead. I was there at Fred Meyer's buying it day one that it came out. He wouldn't give me a free copy.
I was gonna say, you had to buy it? Like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Is he hooking you up with Left 4 Dead 2, or do you have to get that as well?
We'll see. It might be another one of those show up and work my magic and get what I want.
Is it going to be hard for you to shotgun yourself in the face, or?
Oh man, I hate myself. I'm looking forward to it.
So this is going to be oddly therapeutic. This will be Dr. Phil with an assault rifle for you.
If I was to commit suicide, it would actually be murder.
Okay, take yourself out.
It wasn't suicide. He murdered himself.
Are we gonna? Is this interview gonna be evidence at some point? Like, is this gonna be used against you?
Oh God, I hope not.
All right, what about like? You have incredible MMA skills, to say the least.
Well, thank you.
But in the zombie apocalypse, ground and pound isn't the best thing to do with someone who's a biter. So, do you feel like because we always talk about who our zombie survival groups would be? Would you get some MMA fighters in there, or would you go like, no, I need to get some weapons specialist? Or
You know, that kind of branches off into my whole new project that I'm hoping to get started, zombie cage fighter.
What?
Whereas MMA nowadays, it's becoming a mainstream sport. I want to bring it back to what it was, underground. My first fight was in a warehouse. That's where I want zombie cage fighter.
Your first fight was literally like in a warehouse, like
In a
pit
warehouse.
fighter style?
In a warehouse, yeah. You wouldn't know who you were fighting until you showed up and saw them across the ring.
Wow. All right,
Yeah.
so you want to bring it back. Now, where do the zombies come into play exactly?
Well, my vision, as you can see this, close your eyes.
Take me back.
picture. I see the zombie virus being spread much like the West Nile virus. So you wake up in the morning, the Thompsons are zombies.
Right.
Call the hazmat crew. Well, now that MMA is so mainstream, we're going to take it back to its roots, underground. Cage fighter versus zombie. Rules.
The Thompsons are going to be in the ring?
For humans, no biting. For zombies, mostly biting.
And when you lose, you truly lose your soul in your life.
It's true. You lose, next week, you're the zombie.
This is a whole other interview and a half, which we will set aside an hour for. But real quick, before I let you go, I have to know, dream fight. Doesn't have to be an MMA fighter, doesn't have to be a zombie or anything like that. You don't have to fight the Thompsons. But if you had your druthers, who do you really want to take on?
I'd say the one person that I can think of that needs a beating more than anyone would have to be Steven Seagal.
Not the Seagal!
Yep.
Who's that?
He's been riding high on the Aikido for too long, you know, and I love the guy back 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
When he was only 30 pounds overweight.
Oh, snap.
You know,
he's going to whip you with that ponytail. That's his move.
He's fighting guys now while he's seated.
Exactly. And he's like, the Quiznos in one hand, another dude in the other. Like, awesome.
Yeah,
well,
I
listen,
don't get it.
if that match can happen, we will make that happen here, and I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it go down.
If he beats me down, that would be so
I
embarrassing.
don't think you have to worry. Absolute pleasure meeting you, man.
Cool,
Next time we'll get Olivia here, and you guys can chat zombies. It'll be great.
Nice, now we're talking.
You guys, you can try to kill Nate when Left 4 Dead 2 arrives soon, and I know you'll buy it, so you'll be good. But let's check in with our resident mixed martial actress. Whoa! I didn't really do that. The prompter did it.
Wow, all of this fight talk. Boys will be boys. Still ahead, a finger-snapping edition of Break Moments. Next, healthcare be danged.
Heaven says, eat me.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS, we're joined by special co-host Amy Paffrath from E! News Now. Blair Butler and Mayhem Miller will break down UFC 104 and give their picks in MMA Chokehold. And your daily dose of WTF is furries, also known as furs. They're people who like dressing as animals. See it tomorrow. Are you familiar with furries?
With what?
Furries?
Oh,
Guys
yes.
and girls who wear the fur
Yes,
costumes?
yes,
Wait,
yes.
how familiar are you?
I
You
mean,
said that
not
very
in the
quickly.
biblical sense, but yeah.
Moses was a furry, or I don't know what do you mean the bib?
I don't know.
Oh, you've never dabbled in the
No,
costumes.
no.
Okay, cool.
No.
Well, unrelated to furries, well, actually, it might be related. But on this show, we like to highlight people who hurt themselves. That's what we do. We do it very well.
That's a shocker.
Yeah, we've shown a couple of those videos too.
Yeah.
But we refer to the resulting awesomeness as a little thing called break moments in de-evolution. Well done. Take that, Seagal. Starting things off, we've got a guy who's actually testing out an electric fly swatter.
With his tongue.
No.
I can't see anything.
My tongue is numb. I can't feel my tongue.
He sounded that way before he licked it.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you kind of deserve it at that point,
Absolutely.
don't you?
And the thing that you don't see is that minutes later, he got on Twitter and asked you out.
Probably.
It's clearly, 'cause
I
clearly,
love your boob.
I can't feel them on my numb tongue. All right, this week's rating system is actually Siamese cats. Not the breed, like a two-headed monstrosity.
Okay.
How many are we giving this romance here?
I'd say 2 out of 5.
That's good. Good rating. That's a good rating.
Yeah, I don't know.
Goodbye, kittens.
Usually, it's a good idea to wear a helmet when doing a dangerous stunt on wheels.
Yeah, but honestly, who needs a helmet when you've got, someone else's face for protection?
I think if that relationship was on the rocks, it's definitely over now.
They're closer than they've ever been.
Yeah, and then my boyfriend scraped my face off.
That's foreplay for some of us.
So I don't know. How many Siamese cats do we give him, do you think?
Better than the fly swatter. I like the facial skid mark. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Put those kittens up there, say meow, and then we put them away. It's no big deal. I've done this before. Finally, a question. Fingers. Who needs them?
Apparently, this guy doesn't.
Oh no. Oh no.
Ouch.
Straight edge! Is it really I'm not signing up for that cause, but
No.
How many do you want to give him? Please do the honors.
That was pretty badass. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5! Light him up. Goodbye, kittens. Goodbye. My hands hurt just watching that. I'm not going to lie. That was really brutal.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for showing that,
Oh, my pleasure.
Kevin.
My pleasure.
Now I definitely despair for humanity. So.
Hooray!
Oh, I kind of got it. A little late on the uptake.
A second
there.
guest. I never second guessed the break. Hey, huge thanks to our guests, Chris Hardwick, Adam Sessler, Nate Porter, of course. But please, a ginormous round of applause for our amazing guest host, Annabella Murray.
Thank you. I had a great time.
You're a gem and a
Amazing.
half, my lady.
Thank you.
That was very
So
fun.
So fun.
We can catch you on Californication, of course,
Yes.
Sunday nights on Showtime. And later this season, you're going to be on How I Met Your Mother?
Yes, I do a guest episode.
Which, by the way, I would love to do that someday.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet that mom.
Yeah.
Formally.
I'd love to meet the
I'd love her
mother.
to know that it's happening.
Yeah. You love mothers. So.
I do. I'm a mother
You're
lover.
mother lover.
Yes. And on Twitter, they can find you. What's the tweet?